First impression is the last impression. Was this made for our dental impressions? I often wonder. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Riddhi Lalan, prosthodontist and also author of Dental Material Mind Map book. And as you would have guessed, we are going to talk about impression material. But if you know your dental material well and you know the property, the reaction that is happening, the ideal requirements, I bet that the first impression is definitely going to be the last impression. Let's just quickly get into the favorite topic of every examiner, that is classification of impression material. So based upon the setting mechanism, how the material sets, it can either be chemical or it can be due to temperature change. So now I know one thing. If there is a chemical reaction that is involved, I am sure that it is going to be irreversible in nature. At the same time, if there is temperature being involved, so you can guess, right? Wax. You would have used candles. It melts when the temperature rises and then it comes back to its original shape when it cools. So materials that set actually due to temperature change are reversible in nature. So these are the examples. What is the specific reaction that is happening within the material? We will look into it when we talk about each material in detail. Then based upon the elasticity. So if the material is elastic, it will bend. It will go and engage the undercut. But at times we would want the material to be rigid. So they can also be inelastic. What I can also call as rigid material. So rigid material will be impression plaster, compound and waxes. And also zinc oxide, eugenol. But your elastic materials will be hydrocolloid, that is agar and alginate, and your rubber-based elastomers that are really elastic in nature. Talking about the composition. So hydrocolloid, what does that mean? Hydro, it's going to be aqueous in nature. So definitely it's agar and alginate, while non-aqueous will be your rubber-based material, that is polysulfide, silicone, ether, everything. Now considering the flow and viscosity. So what I want you to understand here is that impression material actually has to be used according to what we want to record or what is our requirement. So when would I prefer recording an impression with light body? When I want precise detail. Water flows so well that it fills every corner, right? So similarly, I would want light body when I want to capture detail, when I want it to go every place and record every undercut, record the smallest finish line that I have made during my tooth preparation. That will be the use of light body. On the other hand, when I talk about heavy body and putty, so the viscosity increases. They become so rigid that they cannot mold. Still, they have their elastic property, but they are rigid in comparison to your light body. So these components will actually act like the support. Now, if I just have to flow my light body is so thin and flowy in nature that it'll just run through. So I would want something that will hold it, right? And that role will be played by your heavy body and putty. Moving on to medium. So it's in between, okay? It's the regular viscosity and that will be balanced for the tray. At times, you would have different clinical scenarios that will actually govern if you go and use your light body, medium body, heavy or putty. So the viscosity increases as we go from light to putty. Then moving on to the mode of use. So if it is a completely edentulous patient, I would want something as a diagnostic or primary cast. There would be secondary impression that also needs to be there and bite registration. So impression material, depending on uses, can be alginate and compound that is used for your primary impression, your light body and zinc oxide eugenol that is used to record the wash or the secondary impression, and waxes, silicone, all of these are used to record your bite. I hope you remember the bite registration that we had discussed in the previous lectures. So this was all about the classification. So now, as an assignment, what I want you to do is, let's just pick one material, okay? Let's say we're talking about impression compound. So according to mode of reaction, would it be setting chemically or thermally? Yes, it is going to set under thermal. Then based upon elasticity, is it elastic or inelastic? It is rigid. Based upon its aqueous nature, is it aqueous or non-aqueous? It is non-aqueous. Based upon the usage, what is it? Is it used for primary, secondary, or bite registration? It is the primary impression. Similarly, I hope you'll be able to answer for impression plaster, for your alginate, zinc oxide eugenol, elastomers, waxes, and hydrocolloid. And if you are able to answer all of these correctly, you have just learned the classification in a very fun and easy way. Moving to the flashcard, what is the classification based on setting mechanism? So it is thermoplastic and chemically setting, which can be thermoplastic example we just talked, impression, compound, and waxes. And chemically setting will be hydrocolloids, elastomers, all of those. Let's quickly look into the MCQ. So, which classification groups agar and alginate together in impression material? Agar alginate. I know one classification that said that it is aqueous in nature. So, aqueous means it is an hydrocolloid. It was very easy. But if you want to gauge yourself for this topic, go to the app today, then solve all the MCQs and the flashcards. And you know one fun fact, you actually can make your own notes. Yes, so there is a mind map that is present and you can just make your own notes, add all of these. So you can open this page, go and write everything and do everything that I am also doing. Isn't that fun? So just download the app today and let's start learning. I'll see you in the next video.